Hello everyone, this is Vinny, the knife guy, and a customer just dropped off this Vietnam era Kabar. Said it was his uncle's, and his father actually, when he was a kid, tried to clean it up a little bit and just marred up, took off the black patina, and my job here is to refine it for him. So I have my brand new I have my third 1x30 machine, and I have the wheel on it. So now I can actually use like the Scotch-Brite belts. And I'm gonna show you my process of restoring it. So we have we have like the tan, red, blue, and gray. And the tan is a workhorse one. So this will be removing the majority of those deep scratches and setting the scratch pattern for me. So then he does not want a mirror finish on it, so I will probably just go to the fine and just try to get the scratch pattern all uniform for him. And yeah, let's get to it. So it's gonna get a few more paper towels. This will get pretty messy. And for this, you definitely want a respirator. All right. This is a Kabar knife that was used in Vietnam. All right. These are some deep-seated scratches in this. So whoever tried, I think it was his father that tried to remove all the black patina, and he just scratched it up. So this is my courses belt, so let's see if we can just refine the scratch pattern a little bit. So I have my medium grit, and I'm just gonna go through the whole progression here and see if we could do some refinement. I want to have a uniform scratch pattern, so he must have took like a, I don't know. These are deep scratches. Doesn't look like a Dremel. Must have been like a giant belt sander. Just laid it flat, but it looks horrible. So my goal is to reduce it, and then I'm going, this thing's super dull, so I'm gonna sharpen it after I'm all done. So always have your respirator on. This thing is super messy. I think this one might win. These scratches look pretty deep. I have my fine belt here. But yeah, this one is tough. I don't think I'm ever gonna get those scratches out. Those things are embedded. You can see like my scratch patterns all uniform up here, but so I'm just trying to blend it in, but these things are so deep over here. Alright guys, I think that's the best I'm going to do with the scratch pattern on it. The other scratches are super deep, and I just don't know a way to take those out. So I refined it the best I could. Wish I took out the surface rust, but yeah, this one beat us today, unfortunately. But what I'm still gonna do, I'm still gonna sharpen it. So, all right, let's get this one out. All right, so let's get this machine out of the way. Yeah, this thing is very, very dull, so it'll be good to at least get this cleaned up, sharpened, and I'll refer him to someone else that might be able to help him out. So I feel bad. All right, let's put this one away. So I'm going to sharpen this on my 1x30 a Tulker. It's a regular 1x30 belt sander, but it's amazing. So these are the platens that come with it. The other one has a wheel, so that's why I was able to put the Scotch-Brite belt on. So I'm going to sharpen this with a 120 grit Kubatron belt to set the initial angle. All right, let's move this to 20 degrees. Let's drop it down just a little bit. Perfect, 20.1, totally fine with that. All right, so that's all set. Got this on. Shameless plug, if you guys like this, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, the TikTok, and obviously YouTube, which you're on right now. All right, so if you guys have any questions, I'm just gonna pause the machine since it gets kind of loud, and let's get the sharpening. Alright, so I just created a burr throughout the entire bevel. Hopefully you guys can see that white line. Goes all the way to the tip. So from heel to tip, we have a burr. Lots of carbon in this knife, pretty cool. I love the history knives. The ones actually have a little story behind them. So I'm pretty bummed out I couldn't fix the scratch pattern though. That was a little lame. It's definitely better than it was before removing the surface rust, but yeah. Well, let's get a razor sharp for him though. Let's do that. All right. So just finished up with the 600 grit Trizac. I'm gonna leave a nice polished edge with the 1200 grit A16 Trizac now. So I'm using these paper towels to help catch like the metal shavings, and I have a magnet under here to help catch it all. All right. This will be my final sharpening step, then I'll take it to the leather strop. All right, we are all done with the sharpening. So what the 1200 grit does, that just helps refine the scratch pattern and minimize the burr, which will be a lot easier to take off during this part right here. So this is a leather strop. And just going with very fine passes on this guy. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know in the comments if my audio is coming through. What is going on here with my strop? Alright, so always take your strap off because you don't want that to stretch over time. Alright, respirator is coming off. So that strap was to remove any of the major burrs, and this one is just to refine it a little bit more. So I'm just trying to match up the angle as best I can. All right, let's spray her down with some rubbing alcohol. Very thin magazine paper, and let's see how she cuts. I like it. That is very nice. I'm very happy how this is cutting. Very, very smooth. Especially for the type of steel it is, the angle I sharpen it. It's not meant for delicate cuts like this, so cut a little bit right there. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out the channel and watching. I appreciate it. All right, let's get a new one. Yeah. Kush, what's going on? Yeah, that thing is cutting very nice. Yeah. Got the tip. I'm very happy how this came out for the sharpening. Still caught a little bit right there, right at the transition, so I might have to touch that up like with the burr. Just knock out a couple more passes with that burr. Just trying to focus in right here. Yeah, I like it. When I sharpened it, so this was a multi-part thing. So the person asked me to remove these scratches, and these are so embedded I couldn't. But I did try to refine the scratch pattern a little bit and take out the surface rust. So I used my Scotch-Brite belts. So then after I was done with that, I sharpened it with the 120 grit Cubitron, 600 grit Trizac, and then 1200 grit Trizac. Then use my leather strop. Then just refining it a little bit more on this cowhide strop right here. All right, let's do one more test here. We should be calling it good. Yeah, I like it. This part was the part that was trying to take a while to get the burr off. So, yeah, catches right there still. Do I sharpen chisels and hand planes? I sharpen chisels. I've never sharpened a hand planer before, but I would assume it's the same process. I'm gonna find the, I'll do a scratch test on it to make sure I'm sharpening at the exact angle. And then I'll just sharpen it normally. I don't get too many requests to sharpen chisels, but I do. I just got the twice as sharp scissor sharpener as well, and I'm buying the large the large clamp for it, and that has a chisel clamp. So I'm very excited for that. A little bit too lightly. What's going on here? Man, that thing is still... This thing is very sharp. I'm just being anal about it. This is not meant to cut paper. Man, it's still getting stuck right there. Yeah, okay. I like it. I like this one a lot. Oh yeah. Couple of hairs. Couple of hairs gone. I like it. So only one knife to sharpen for today, so I thought I'd show you how I remove the burr, or how I remove the surface rust with my Scotch-Brite belts, which kind of was a fail. So I usually charge more for restoration jobs, but I'm not going to charge them anything extra, just the sharpening, and then it's still very sharp. So that's all I got for you guys today. Yeah, I wish there was more to sharpen. Yeah. Tip is very good. Yeah, this has never been sharpened before, so at least not since he got it from his uncle. So this is a Vietnam Kabar that my customer acquired from his uncle, but his father scratched it up, so he asked me to try to restore it the best I can. I did fail, unfortunately, on the restoration part. I was a little bummed out on that. So, but I told him don't hold any don't hold your breath. The scratches are pretty deep, so he's like, just do the best you can. So, yeah. Can you show me? The 1x30. Did you get this exact one? Oh. No. So what belt sander did you purchase? Did you get the one from Harbor Freight? So how this one works, I don't know. I rebuilt one. Okay. Well, this one is called the Tulker. I got it from Amazon. So this is a sewing machine motor. There's a switch over here, turns it on, and then this dial messes with the RPMs. So that dial turns on this wheel back here. And then I love this one because, do you use stones? Or I always use stone. Oh, I'm sorry. I always use belts. I had a couple of people from the live stream ask me to maybe do a whetstone sharpening one day. So I guess I could have done it on this one. I just wanted to get this back to the customer. So when I'm not pressed for time, I could do a whetstone sharpening for you guys. I have diamond stone ceramic. So just for a business, I do only belt sharpening. So for this one, I have many 1x30 belts, different grits. This is a 120 grit belt. So for this one, I put it over the tracking wheel, and this is the adjustment arm right here, or the tensioner. So this allows me to take the belt on and off. And then I just turn the machine on. And then this allows me to go either edge leading or edge trailing. So right now I have it going forward for edge leading sharpening, which I prefer. That was a very basic rundown on this machine, but if you don't have it, then it doesn't make too much sense showing you this, but they all kind of run the same. There's always going to be wheels. This one is the idler wheel, so this one helps go makes the belt go left or right. So every machine has something like that. So I'll stick around if you see if you guys have any more questions. Other than that, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit and just let the customer know that his knife is ready. And if you guys do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help promote the channel more. And you You guys can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, the TikTok, and YouTube. Always trying to have like a bit of a clean work surface here. So this is the 1x30 as well, but with this wheel. And this is amazing to put the Scotch-Brite belts on. I actually have a neck mount. How much power do you use just for the light sharpening? How much power? Do you mean how much pressure I'm adding? There, that's much better. Much better. So to record this POV, I'm using a neck mount. And I just have the, yeah, if you look on Amazon, neck mount camera holder, and it'll pop up. This is just holding on by a little magnet right now. Okay, so when I sharpen at 2000 RPM. I think that's a good balance of speed to remove enough material, but not enough to overheat like the knife. And if I do think I'm overheating like the knife, I have my water cup here, fill it with water, rest the knife in it, and that'll cool it down as well. Or get a little spray bottle, but that's what I do. So 2000 RPM for sharpening, but you always have to have the knife moving. You can't just let it stay in one spot or it will heat up, especially at the tip. Then my other sharpener here, this is for edge trailing, and then this has my leather belt on it, and I go about 1400 RPM. I go a little bit slower because I don't want to round off the edge if I put a little bit too much pressure by accident. So that is how I do that. Does it answer your question? Let's clean this guy up back here. Sweet. Legion, hey Legion, how's it going? So people, I mean, not everyone has a sewing machine motor. Plenty of people have a 1-speed Harbor Freight, which is totally fine. They do run faster, so the knife might heat up a little bit quicker than having this adjustable speed machine. So that's what I think that was the deciding factor between having the adjustable speed, having the belt go forward or backwards. That's why I chose that. Yeah, and plus it's pretty compact. So. Which one do you have? Because there are upgrades for the Harbor Freight ones. I actually bored out one of the holes and then got myself a sewing machine motor, but once I used the Scotch-Brite belts, it was just too much of a pain, and he just seemed very clunky. So that's why I went with this one, but the Harbor Freights themselves work pretty well. Okay. Well, sweet, man. Well, if you ever want to reach out, if you ever need help with the machine, just let me know, man. But hopefully you like it. Yeah, so there's Harbor Freights I know of. There's Kalamazoo's. Those are single speeds, I believe. I don't know too much else what are adjustable speed unless you upgrade it. Yeah, that was my first electric sharpener. Well, it wasn't my first, I had the chef's choice, but the Canadian is amazing. I actually did not have the blade grinding attachment on mine, so I wish I did. That would make life so much easier. So that's awesome, man. I know a few people who actually have like sharpening jobs actually have an assembly line of like 3 or 4 different canned onions, so they don't have to switch grits. But no, that's an awesome machine. I still have it, just doing some touch-up work. So this is the knife I just sharpened. Kabar from Vietnam, very sharp. So I try to remove a lot of the scratches on it, and they're just so embedded. Yeah, I've been using these machines for over a year, so I should do some like follow-up review on my channel. But I love them. Only crappy thing is the customer service is not there. There's no customer service, so that's the only bad thing about it. Legion, thank you very much for checking in, man. I wish I had some more knives to sharpen. I am a full-time fireman, so I sharpen the knives on my days off. And just this customer gave me a ring today, day after Christmas, to get this sharpened and try to remove the surface scratches, which I couldn't, so I'm not going to charge him for any of that. I did refine the scratch pattern a little bit and remove the surface rust, but these scratches are so embedded, so I'm a little bummed out on that. I don't like failing. I pride myself on doing good customer service, so I'm just going to charge them for the sharpening, and then that's it. But yeah, man, check out the channel. I plan on doing a lot more reviews. I just got the twice as sharp scissor sharpener, so I don't do any straight blades. I tried, and I just did not feel comfortable enough to actually charge people for that work. It took too long to do one blade, and I just wasn't happy with how it came out. So no, I'm not. I did get a whole bunch of different stones to try, like 15,000 grit Shapton glass stone and a few others, and just wasn't happy with the results. So take this off the phone mount just real quick. If family members ask me to do it, then I probably will mess with the straight razors. But for customers, I can't charge them because I'm just not happy with the results, and it just takes so long for an actual business. So well, sweet guys. Well, that's pretty much all I got for you today, unless you have any more questions. Yeah. Clean up my spot a little bit. Well, thank you everyone who came in to check out the live today. I appreciate it. Not too much exciting stuff going on. Just one Kabar knife, but pretty cool stuff. Definitely a lot of history behind it. And yeah, this was my way of making it sharp. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you very much for checking in, and have a great day. This is Vinny, the knife guy, and have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.